Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as usual, today we are going to be talking about my monthly favorites and not so favorites, products that just didn't work for me. And I usually always let you guys know when a product doesn't work for me and I feel would work for somebody else, or if I think a product is completely just trash. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is a skincare product, and this is something that I've been using for about 3 to 4 years now, and it is the Drunk Elephant e Passioni retinol. I think this is one of the best over-the-counter retinols. It is extremely strong, so you do have to build up to this. So I would suggest with this has a 1%, 1.0% retinol. So I would start with something lighter and then build your way up to this. I don't use this all year round. I'll use this like 6 months out of the year and then 6 months off and like that. I tend to incorporate this in the winter time because it's when I get the least amount of sun. When you're using a retinol, that makes your skin very sensitive to the sun. So I know that usually retinol dries out your skin, so most people don't use it in the winter time. However, I have combination oily skin, so for me, I'm okay with using this in the winter time. I do pair it with a thicker moisturizer. Right now I've been using the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched moisturizer. I'm still kind of building my overall opinion on that moisturizer, so more to come on that. But I'll use that, or I'll use the Drunk Elephant moisturizer. I think it's the one with the green top. That one's a really good one. So I'll pair it with like a heavier moisturizer when I know that I'm gonna be using this. The next product I want to go ahead and talk about is, so you guys know that I love my L'Occitane hand cream, and so here's another empty. This one is in Delicate Shea light hand cream, and so this is another empty. You guys know that I have been working on my holiday gift sets. I had to turn off my robot vacuum because she decided that at this particular moment was when she was gonna come vacuum the office every time without fail. It's like almost like she senses me and she's like, I got you, girl, let's be together. And I'm like, no, I need you to vacuum away from me. Don't follow me. I digress. You guys know I love my L'Occitane hand cream. That's where I had left off, and I've been working on the holiday set I got not last year, the year before, and I've made quite a big dent. I am on my 4th one, so super excited about that. This is amazing. But this month I tried the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair hand cream. These were on sale at Ulta, and I got 3 scents. I got like a peppermint, like a snowflake, wintry one, but this one is gingerbread. And so it brings 2 ounces of hand cream, and guys, this is really good. Really good. I've used this on my feet, I've used this on my hands. It is safe for sensitive skin. It is intense hydration for dry, parched skin. This has been absolutely amazing, and I think that it's longevity wise, which is why I like my L'Occitane cream, is because when I wear it, my hands are moisturized for a long period of time. I think that this is just as good, and I think that it's a little bit more budget friendly. The scent on this is very mild compared to this one. I think that for those of you who don't like fragrance, I think you may be okay with this because you can barely smell the gingerbread scent in this. It's just very lightly scented, and it doesn't linger. It really does moisturize your hands, and I have very dry hands, so I really like this and I highly recommend it. So if you guys see this at your local Ulta, I highly recommend you pick it up and give it a try. This is not an empty. I still have some more of this in the tube, but I just wanted to mention that I love that. Next product I want to talk about is, and this is an empties, this is the Batiste Dry Shampoo in Heavenly Volume. So this is a dry shampoo that also gives you volume. I didn't like this. I won't be repurchasing it. The white cast on this is actually so intense that there is no taking it out. And so I used it just because I bought it and I wasn't gonna go ahead and return it and I wasn't gonna throw away my money, but never again. Moving right along, I have the Victoria's Secret Noir Tease Body Mist. This is the small one. This is a 2.5 fluid ounce. These small ones have gotten smaller throughout the years. I remember that this used to be like 3.4 fluid ounces or 3 fluid ounces. However, this is one of my favorite scents from Victoria's Secret. This is one of my favorite body splashes. It smells so good and it has been around for so many years, so if you know, you know. But this is an empties, oldie but goodie. I have repurchased this like I don't even know how many times. I love this. Moving right along, this one is another fragrance that I told you guys I would update you on, and here it is. It was the recently hauled Chaoli Elixir fragrance. Guys, I tried to pair this with other fragrances in my collection and I just don't like the way this smells on me. I'm gonna use it because I bought it, and I'm not gonna return it at Sephora. I am gonna use this, but I won't be repurchasing this. I don't like the way this smells on me. Like, it smells nice in the bottle, but when I spray it on myself, I feel like it becomes super intense and it's not my favorite. I feel like it kind of is too much on my skin. I don't know what, like, my pH just intensifies this to like a 10, and I feel like it never dies down, and it didn't work out for me. So that is my update on this one. I tried pairing it with other fragrances, didn't work out for me. Next, this is another empties. This is my Colourpop cream lipstick in Scorpio Moon. There is nothing left of this sucker. This was a very pretty color. And the reason why I won't be repurchasing any more Colourpop lipsticks is because this actually dried my lips. This did not provide any kind of moisture. Even when I would pair it with a lip gloss, this was actually very drying on my lips. So that was not a fave for this month. However, one thing that was a favorite was my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So I completely finished up this palette. There's nothing else to dig out of this. This palette reminded me of why I love Urban Decay. Why Urban Decay was such a staple back in the day, and I feel like because they haven't had any new releases, and the ones that they have had have been more misses than hits, I think that's why people have kind of shied away from Urban Decay. But they're a solid original brand. Like this one, Naked, their Naked 2 and 3 palettes, those are just good, tried and true palettes. And you guys, don't underestimate these little pans. There is so much shadow. I was shocked of how much shadow there actually was in each one of these pans. This palette, I started using mid-October, I think. And so it lasted a pretty long time, and I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoy the Urban Decay formula. It was just good, and it just reminded me that it's a good brand. And I don't know about their new palettes because I haven't purchased any of those new like limited edition palettes, but their original line, it's such a solid good formula. So again, if you have this in your collection, pull it out and just use it. It's actually a really good formula. Another eyeshadow palette that I panned that actually doesn't exist anymore is my Bareminerals Ready eyeshadow. I can't remember what this is called, but you know, because it doesn't even have the name on it. This is so old. I've had this for like 4 or 5 years, and you're like, oh my gosh, Isabel, like, isn't that like bad for your eyes? Listen, I don't know, like, I'm not telling you to use expired makeup. I'm just telling you how long I've had this. Reason being is this was an exclusive to QVC, and it was only conducted of eyeshadows that were either transition shades, like brow bone highlight shades, or like base shades that you would just use as your base like lid shade, because these are the shades you run out the quickest in an eyeshadow palette. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always that one brow bone shade that you're always hitting pan on, and then you don't have any of it left, and you're like, okay, I gotta dig out like from another palette. Okay, this is why Bareminerals designed this palette. So you had 2 transition shades, 2 lid shades, and 1 brow bone shade. And that's why I've had this for so long. It's because I've consistently used this in conjunction with literally every palette I've ever used. And that's exactly what I would use it for. When I would run out of like a base shade or a transition shade, I would just like pull this out, and it got the job done. I'm actually super disappointed that Bareminerals never added this part of their permanent line. This is actually so useful, and no other brand has ever come up with something like this. So this is truly very unique and one of a kind. So Bareminerals, if you're watching this, which I doubt that you are because like I'm really small on YouTube, but if any of you from that work for the company are watching this, can you please bring this back? Because this is such an awesome product, and I think everybody should have this in their makeup collection because it's that useful. I digress. But yes, I am so sad that I panned this because I can't buy this anymore, and it actually doesn't exist. So I hope that it comes back one day because I got great use out of it. Next product I want to talk about is my Buxom Lip Gloss. This is a plumping lip cream in spiked apple cider. This is another empty. This is such an amazing shade. I was actually using this in conjunction with my Colourpop Scorpio Moon lipstick. So amazing. I can't really scrape anything else out of here. I have tried, and really what I got on the swatch was just me getting what was like the excess on the top of the tube. I love Buxom lip glosses. If you guys haven't tried this, you're gonna love it. If you don't like that minty plumping sensation, then you're not gonna like these lip glosses. But if you're okay with that, I think these are one of the best plumping glosses out there. And I am addicted to buying their fall limited edition scents that they come out with every year. Love that. They've been doing that for the past 2 years, and I'm all about it. The next product I want to talk about, this one is kind of a miss for me, and it is the Bareminerals Lashtopia mascara. So there are very few Baremineral products that I try and I don't like. And this I don't like, I think the formula is great. It's not the formula. It's the reason why I don't like this is actually the wand. And let me explain. So first of all, the packaging is super cute. I love this like antique gold kind of packaging, but the wand, it looks amazing, but the actual bristles on this wand are actually very soft. So soft that it's very difficult for me to get it in between my lash hairs, and it becomes a problem because it makes it hard to spread the product because the bristles on the wand are so soft. If the bristles were stiffer, a little bit more firm, I think that this would be a really good mascara. But because of that, I won't be repurchasing this. It's just too soft. I end up getting mascara all over my lid because I'm really trying to wiggle that in and get it in between my lashes because I want it to have that feather-like effect. Otherwise, you're getting like clumps of mascara and you're not really spreading it out. So I think that the formula of this mascara is great. I just think they need to fix the wand bristles on this. They need to make these wand bristles a little firmer, in my opinion. Anyways, moving right along. Another mascara though that I did completely use up this month and I loved is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This was actually a free gift for my birthday, I think a year ago, from Ulta. I loved this mascara. This mascara was so good. The wand was actually very stiff. These bristles were short and stiff, and surprisingly enough, it worked out great. Such a good mascara. Didn't flake, didn't smudge. I love this, and the packaging was so fun, and I think that it was super appropriate to use it as a free gift for Ulta because how festive is this? How festive is this? It's just amazing. So highly recommend if you haven't tried this mascara. I think it's really good. Moving right along to Chanel. So this is the Chanel Liquid Liner in number 522. And you guys, I'm gonna swatch this in the back of my hand for whatever is left on this. This is gonna be difficult because there's hardly anything in here. This is the liquid eyeliner from Chanel. I love the color of this. I just didn't like, and the applicator is good. I just didn't like the whole way, like how this was designed. Reason being, the stopper in this, most tubes, lip gloss tubes, mascara tubes, and like liquid eyeliner tubes, they have like a stopper thing like on the inside where when you pull out the wand, it's supposed to take off the excess product so that you're not left with globs on the wand and you're able to apply your eyeliner better. This stopper is not good. And I've explained this to you guys in other videos, I used it up because I wasn't going to return it, but when you pull this out, the stopper is really bad. So you have globs. You see that you have globs of, well, there's hardly anything left, but you get globs of product on the wand, and then that makes it extremely difficult, honestly, to apply, because you're just, when you press it onto the skin, if you have a glob, you're left with like a glob smear. And so this product was just super difficult to make work, and I think they have to rethink the stopper in this because the formula is good, the color is good, it's pretty, but, and the wand is fine. It's just that stopper. It's not, this is not designed very well. And you do get quite a lot of product in here. So let me see how much is in here. It doesn't say, but this lasted a really long time, but I was stuck having to put product on the back of my hand to then apply it to my eye. To me, that's just a waste of eyeliner, you know, because I'm having to use I'm using double the product, you know? So I won't be repurchasing this. Unfortunately, when I bought this, I bought 2 colors and now I'm using the purple one. And honestly, like, I can't wait till I get through it, because thankfully, like, you know, I have other eyeliners that I know that I do love in my collection, but I'm gonna use those because they only have a 6-month shelf life, and so I want to use them before they get old. But I really don't recommend their liquid liners. Their Stilo waterproof eyeliners from Chanel are amazing, and those are my go-to eyeliners, so I really do love those. Okay, moving right along to more lip products. So this month I have been using the Pat McGrath lipstick in Femme Bot, which is the lipstick I'm wearing right now. This I'm almost done with. That is all I have left. This is such a pretty lipstick, honestly. It is very similar to Scorpio Moon, but Scorpio Moon I think is a little bit more purple. This is a little bit more pink. Although this is a matte trans lipstick, the Pat McGrath matte trans lipsticks are not drying. I think they're super pigmented and such a great formula, and they do last a long time. This is a lipstick that has serious longevity, and I understand why people love Pat McGrath lipsticks. You're getting your money's worth with them. So it's honestly such a good product. I have a ton of these, which is why I won't be purchasing anymore this year, because I have enough to last me the entire year. That's how many Pat McGrath lipsticks I have. So it's time your girl starts using them up, because they do get old. The next Pat McGrath product I want to talk about is her lip liner. Pat McGrath, everybody knows that Pat McGrath lip liners are one of the best on the market. Longevity wise, it's amazing. I'm already halfway through this lip liner. I've been using it most of the month, and this one is called Done Undone. And let me just swatch this next to Femme Bot so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This lip liner honestly lasts so long. One of the longest lasting lip liners I probably have ever used. This lip liner, kind of the longevity, the best way I can describe it is like this lasts just as long as like a liquid lipstick. Is it liquid lipstick? Yeah, a liquid lipstick. Like that's the kind of longevity we're talking about here. So honestly, I think that lipsticks, Pat McGrath lipsticks and Pat McGrath lip liners, it's where it's at. I think is that my last beauty product here, because now I'm going to talk about some stuff that it's not beauty. Actually, no, I have one more thing. It's the MAC lip gloss in Frills-N-Chills. This was a set I got not last year, the year before, from my friend Lily. It came with 3 glosses. This was the last one in the collection, and I'm actually wearing this with Femme Bot. And because, let me just swatch this down here. I just thought it was the perfect pairing. Look how beautiful that is. I think it's the perfect pairing for this lipstick. I love MAC lip glosses. I think they're one of the best lip gloss formulas out there, along with the Chanel lip glosses. These are just so good. Always a staple. I always have one of these roaming around in my collection somewhere. Now, the last beauty product I want to talk about, which is an empty, is the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. You guys know I'm not a fan of this. I won't be repurchasing it. I got this during the Nordstrom anniversary sale. This doesn't do anything for my hair. I find that, yes, it provides like texture and it'll hold my curl, etc. But honestly, I'm not wearing it now because there's nothing left in this tube. But when I've worn this, I find that it prevents me from being able to touch my hair and run my fingers, let alone a brush, through my hair, because I feel like this is more of a hairspray than it is a texturizing spray. This doesn't provide any kind of volume for my hair on the root or like in my hair. I just feel like it'll hold whatever hairstyle I have. But my Amika touchable hairspray does the same thing, and it's a fraction of the price. So I personally have had really bad luck with Oribe products, because most of the Oribe products I tried, if you guys have been following me for some time, they don't work for me. I don't see what the hype is, and it's unfortunate because they actually smell so good. They smell so good, but it just didn't work for me. This actually just made my hair really crunchy, and I couldn't run my fingers through it when I would try to brush my hair out. It was actually like I put a ton of hairspray. Like, that's how hard it made my hair. So I feel like it was more hairspray than it was texturizing spray, because I actually do have a texturizing spray from Dry Bar that works really well, and it didn't do it for me. Sorry, won't be repurchasing that again. Now let's talk about some other stuff that's not beauty that I have been enjoying this month. So the first thing is devotionals. So I am a Christian, and I love doing different devotionals apart from, you know, like reading my Bible and stuff like that. So for me, I discovered She Reads Truth. They do a devotional like every month with scripture reading to go along with it. However, I have two different types of devotionals here that I want to talk about for two very different reasons. So I like doing this. I do it early in the morning. It's a way for me to just spend some time with the Lord and really get that soul recharge that I need on a daily basis. However, when I became a mom, it became a little bit difficult for me to continue doing She Reads Truth, because She Reads Truth is a more in-depth devotional. I find that these take me anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to do, between the scripture reading and the actual reading in the devotional, then like writing down and processing that prayer time with God. So this does take longer to do. So if you're looking for a devotional that's more of a deep dive and allows you to spend that chunk of time with the Lord, and you have that chunk of time, perfect. When I became a mom, it's been really hard for me to consistently keep up with this, because I don't always have all that time. And for me, a lot of the things that I do are interrupted. And if you're a mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My meals are interrupted. My devotionals are interrupted. Sometimes my skin, like when I'm showering, you know, right before I'm gonna put on my skincare or whatever, before I even put on my pajamas, sometimes that's interrupted because my kid needs me for whatever reason. So it's been difficult for me to keep up with this, but I really love this kind of devotional from She Reads Truth. I think I'm just gonna have to revisit this when the baby gets a little bit older, where my routine will change once again. So with that said, what I did was I actually really like Candace Cameron Bure's devotionals. These are a little bit shorter, and they are more bite-sized devotionals that I can do daily, where will take me between 10 to 20 minutes, and I feel like that's a chunk of time that I am able to get on a daily basis more than the longer devotionals. So I've been enjoying her devotionals as a mom a little bit more, just because of my lack of time. So if you are pressed on time and you need something a little bit more digestible, a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker, but still get that soul recharge, I recommend her devotionals. The other thing I have been doing this year, and I've been doing it, you know, in conjunction with the shorter devotional, just to add that time with the Lord, because In 2023, one of the things I wanted to do was really hone in on my prayer time. I think that my prayer time after I became a mom has really dwindled, and I truly believe in the power of prayer. Wasn't until my dad passed away that I understood what the power of prayer was. And so I grabbed a notebook. It could be any notebook. This one I got from Target. It came like in a 3-pack. I got a notebook, and my memory has been really bad after I gave birth. That's just due to a lack of sleep. My child just recently started sleeping through the night, and so my husband and I have spent almost a year sleeping in separate beds. So it's been hard. It's been a challenge, but we've gotten through it. And so I used to pray a lot, and I used to pray for my friends and just people that I knew and people that I didn't know that I just saw on the street. And I used to be able to remember those prayers, and when they got answered, I would remember. But with my memory, that has really taken a toll. So what I have started to do is I've actually written down my prayers in a notebook. So I will pray about one person, maybe more than one person or whatnot, and I'll write it down. And sometimes in my walk as a Christian, I have learned that there are events in my life that I've had to pray through. You know, consistently pray about something. I don't know why that is. I don't have like a theology degree. I'm just giving you, you know, my personal opinion here. But I have found that as I've written my prayers, I really have been able to see God answering my prayers. And I can go back and see specifically what I prayed for that person, and then see that flourish in the future. And that has really helped me keep track of what I've been praying for people, and seeing God answer those prayers, because seeing God answer those prayers has been so encouraging, especially in some very challenging times that I've experienced throughout my life. So that's what I've been doing. Some people have like prayer rooms, prayer closets, prayer cabinets where they'll write down a prayer and they'll stick it on the wall, and they'll consistently pray about it, or maybe they'll pray about it once, who knows. But the Lord answers that prayer, and then they'll take it down, or they'll check it off, and then you can go into that place and see like how faithful God has been, and how all the things that God has really come to fruition in that person's life. I don't know if I'm making sense, but for those of you who know, you know. So because I don't have a prayer room, and I don't have a prayer cabinet, and I don't have a lot of space, I have a very tiny home, I have a prayer notebook. And so I've been writing down prayers, and I have seen God slowly bring those prayers to fruition. But that is all of my monthly favorites. I hope that you enjoyed this. I didn't mean for this to be that long, but I didn't realize how many products I had until I actually sat down to film this video. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you guys have tried any of these, and even though something hasn't worked out for me, if it's worked out for you, I really want to know, because beauty and makeup products is something that is so subjective. So, you know, like for example, this Batiste Dry Shampoo, this works for a ton of people. This is like so many people, like this is a product that so many people have as their holy grail. It didn't work for me, but it may work for you. Who knows? Maybe I got a bad one. Maybe I got a lemon, because it's the first time I ever bought one of these bottles, but who knows? But yes, I would love to know, like, if you have any of these products and you use them, if you like them, if you don't like them, leave me a comment down below. I really love to hear from you guys. And if you guys have tried something this month, or you've rediscovered something this month that you love, I would love to hear in the comments down below, because maybe I might have that product in my collection and it may inspire me to pull it out and use it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate your time, and see you next time. Bye.